Hi, I'm Tracy from Vision Dynamics, and today we're going to go over how to use your new Clear Reader Plus. And out of the box, you're going to take it out and you're going to find your Clear Reader itself. You're going to have your power cord, which may come in two pieces. I'll show you that. We're going to put that together. Then you're also, for the back of your Clear Reader, going to have an SD card that needs to slide in the back. That we'll talk about in just a minute. But you're going to bring it out and put it right on the surface of a table. And what's going to happen is there's going to be, we've already got it off of ours, but there's a metal or a cover, not a metal, but a cover that goes over the back that's going to be covering up all these holes and places for plug-ins and things. And the screw to take that back off is found underneath your Clear Reader. So if you're visually impaired, you may need some assistance from somebody to find that screw and unscrew it and take off the back panel. But it's just one screw. If you can find it yourself and manage that, great. But you want to take that back panel off, and between you and me, I just leave it off because it gives you the access to where you want to plug in your power when you want to be using it on power. You need it to take it off to put in your SD card anyway, so I just leave it off. Your SD card that comes with your Clear Reader is going to go in the bottom right-hand corner. It's going to slip in a very thin, narrow little slot, and we'll show you that. Mine's already in for simplicity right now. I've slipped it in, and there'll be an image later showing you where to just put that SD card in. Now your power cord is going to most likely come in two pieces. All right, you've got, we call this the brick, the big square piece, and then the actual plug that will go into the wall. So you need to plug into the brick, nice and snug, a good connection. Then the thinner, skinnier piece is going to go in the back of your Clear Reader. And again, on the back, all the way to the left in that bottom section now that's opened up where you've got all the plugs, it's going to plug in right there. This is for charging your Clear Reader or when you want to use it plugged in. But you know, one of the great reasons why you bought your Clear Reader was because you can run this on a battery as well and have it nice and portable for you. So that's that, and then all the way to the other end of your power cord is the part that's going to go right into the wall. But for simplicity purposes for today's demo, I'm just going to bundle this up and keep it behind here because I'm going to use the battery of my Clear Reader. With your Clear Reader, you're also going to have an instruction book, a warranty card that you're going to find in your box as well. So that's our first part of getting started, is how to unbox and get open the back of your Clear Reader so you can get things plugged in and ready to go. The other thing I want to point out to you that you may use often is on the right-hand side towards the bottom in the back of your Clear Reader is the bottom hole is where you'd plug in earphones. Very often my customers will ask, you know, if I live in an assisted living facility perhaps, or I'm a student, I want to take it to the library, I can plug in earphones and just listen privately if I don't want people around me, you know, having to listen to what I'm listening to. So that's a great thing to know about. And then in the next section we'll go over all the buttons on your Clear Reader. Okay, now we're going to go over the buttons and the features of your Clear Reader. Right at the top is your handle that swings up, and certainly that's helpful for when you're using it on battery and you want to move it upstairs or downstairs or into a library or into your kitchen to read a recipe book. It's nice to just hold on to that handle. The whole unit weighs about 5 pounds. So in the very front, you've got two speakers on either side and then a flat panel. At the bottom of that panel, there's a little indent. You press that in and your camera is going to swing up. All right, needless to say, without your camera lifted out, your Clear Reader can't work because that's where you're going to place your material to be captured and then read back to you. But for now, I'm just going to press it and it clicks right back in again to stay in place. On the right-hand side, we've got our on-off button. That's going to be just below where the handle hinges. The first button on the top there, that's your on-off button. On the top to the right, we have the button you press down to capture your image and take the picture. And then around the outside of that button is a toggle switch that you can feel. It's on the outside of that capture button, and you can swing it forward or swing it back.
Volume up, volume down.
To change your volume. The next button over to your left, just about in the center on the top of your clear reader, that button's going to change the speed at which it reads to you.
Speed up, speed down.
Now you're just going to be swinging that button forward and back to do that. Swing it forward.
Speed down.
Speed down, swinging it back. Last but not least, over to the left is a button. It's oval shaped and actually is divided into 3 parts here. And the center, I'm going to start with the center piece of that button, is your pause button. So as it's going along reading, you can press it, it'll pause what it's reading, press it again, it'll start up again right where it left off. So that's if, you know, the doorbell rings, you need to stop it for any reason, you can do that right there with the center part of that oval button is your pause. And then the right-hand button and the left-hand button, either side of that oval button, those will move you forward in your text and back up your text. So if you need to hear something again, if you press it one press at a time, it'll go word by word. If you hold it down and hear a beep, it'll go back a line. Same thing with going forward. All right, so we're going to get started. There's a couple more little bells and whistles I want to show you, but I think it'll make more sense once we get something going here as far as a picture and being read to us. So I'm going to start by, again, having it flat on the surface. I'm going to come down to the center of the machine, and I'm going to feel that little indent in the panel. I'm going to press that in, and out comes my camera. Now I'm going to turn on my clear reader with the button on the right, and it's going to make some beeps. That's telling me it's warming up. So while I'm waiting, I'll get my material ready. This is a letter that we sent out to doctors about vision dynamics. This could be a letter sent to you. So I'm showing you how it can read your mail to you. Is one of the many examples. It can read your mail, a newspaper article, a magazine article. I've got a book here. Any printed text, it's going to be able to read to you. You're also going to find, as it's warming up, at the bottom on either side, underneath the speakers, is a little, and you can hear that little musical chime that tells you it's ready to go. But you're going to feel on either side these about a ½ inch little lines, and that's a guide for you to feel, if you don't have much vision at all, where your paper should be lined up. So I can kind of feel that those lines are there, and that's where I should line my paper. It works best taking a picture of print on an 8.5 by 11. But I will show you later with certain books you can get both pages taken a picture of at once, which is kind of neat. So I've got my paper ready to go, print up, and it doesn't matter if I had the print upside down, that's okay. It's going to know to take the picture and reverse the print and still read it correctly. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to press the button all the way to the right. That's our big button right here at the top on the right. And it's going to take that picture. You can hear that picture being taken. That knocking sound is just fine. It's just taking a moment to process the picture.
February
it just took.
2012. Over the past 15 years, Vision Dynamics has been aiding doctors like you to give hope to their low vision patients.
Okay,
We
I'm going to pause it for a moment.
how difficult it is when you have.
Now I just paused it by over on the left. There was that oval button divided into 3 sections. I pressed the middle of that oval button. That's our pause button. So again, top right took the picture. Now if I wanted to increase the volume, I'm going to swing the little lever that's to the right of that picture taking button forward.
Volume up.
Or I'm going to lower it by pushing it back.
Volume down. Volume down.
But I'm going to keep it up for our sake since we're filming today.
Volume up.
Again, remember, next button over in the center of the top of your clear reader, I can slow or speed up the speech.
Speed down. Speed up.
Okay.
Speed down.
Okay, and now I'm going to listen a little longer, so I'm going to press that pause button, again in the center of the oval button all the way to the left, to start the reading again.
To deliver the devastating news to your patients that glasses or corrective lenses can no longer solve their vision needs. Okay,
I'm going to pause it again for a moment, and then I'm going to show you with the top left-hand button on that oval button, that left-hand section of it, I can go back word by word.
Dynamics, vision.
And if I hold it down, it'll go further.
Now you have an answer to tell your patients.
It went back a line when I heard that ticking sound.
You can follow up now you have an answer to.
I'm going to pause. I can do that going forward as well. On the right-hand side of that oval button, I can go forward word by word.
Tell your patients.
That's even great, you know, if there was a phone number being read at that moment. And then I can hold it down and it'll go forward a line.
My name is Charlie Collins, founder of Vision Dynamics in Cheshire.
One of the nice features is if you hold down together at the same time the forward button and the back button, the either side of that oval button all the way to the left, it'll tell you how much battery power you still have on your clear reader. So if you're out and about and you're wondering, gee, do I need to plug it in because my battery's getting low, you can just press those buttons down together at one time.
Battery charged 89%.
And you can get some information about where your battery is. One of the things you also can do with your clear reader is change the voice. So if you do better hearing a male voice versus a female voice, so you find one more pleasant than the other, you can change it. It also comes standard reading Canadian French and Spanish as well. Through Optelec, you can also select other languages by telling us in advance or ordering at a later time an SD card with other languages available. But for now, if you wanted to go from a female voice to a male voice, you're going to hold all the way to the left of that oval button, the left-hand side of that button down, and twist the speed button, and you'll be able to toggle between the different choices. So I'm going to hold it down and twist.
Canadienne Française, Julie.
Okay, Canadian French, Julie.
Espagnol de México, Paulina.
Spanish Mexico, Paulina.
American English, Samantha.
Samantha.
American English, Tom.
Tom. So let's go back to Samantha.
American English, Samantha.
Okay, so that's just showing you how you can change your voices if you'd like. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this letter out of the way and just give you a quick example of how you can take a book and 2 pages of a book. And again, if it's a very, very large book, much larger than an 8.5 by 11 surface, this isn't going to work. But it will work for a book, you know, paperbacks or standard size books that you get at the library. You can open it up and put the end towards the clear reader right up against it and have it take both pages. And you hear that click. So the minute you hear that click, it's taken the picture. You can even remove the book if you want to, because the picture's been taken, the work's been done. Now the rest is happening in your clear reader. You know, and that's nice too if you want to be able to look at a photograph that might be amongst the magazine article that you're reading, or there's a graph or something that you want to take a good look at.
136 The Egot in the Rose possibility is survival after death. He would get his proof in the way he wanted it. However, it didn't work out at all in the way he hoped or thought it would.
And I'm going to pause it. So that's just an example of how now it took pictures of both pages and it'll read the pages in order correctly. And then when you're ready to go, you just change the page, put it underneath there, take another picture, and you're on to the next 2 pages of your book. So that's it. It's a pretty simple device to use. We'll be going over in another section, if you've gone ahead and purchased the Clear Reader Advanced with the feature pack, we'll go over how to use those buttons when you attach your Clear Reader to a monitor. But for now, this is the Clear Reader Plus. It's a great device for somebody completely blind or very low vision. They're just going to sit back and be able to listen and enjoy reading books and magazine articles again. If you have any questions, you can call us at Vision Dynamics, 203-271-1944, or visit us at visiondynamics.com. And if you have any other low vision or blindness needs, come to the store or call us and we'd be happy to help you.